You remember the original LEGO Star Wars, right? Sure you do. Running around in the cantina, doing the missions, getting red bricks, and the extras, all those stuff. Right? Wrong. You are thinking of either the original, the LEGO Star Wars 2, or the Complete Saga, which has both 1 and 2 combined. Believe it or not, there are some pretty major differences between the Complete Saga and the original PC game. Yes, originally it was just a PC game. Console versions came out later. Mostly were popular with the Complete Saga. The first game came out in 2005, which is a long time ago. It only covers the prequels, and compared to some of the other later ones, it's kind of bare bones. Like, the second one came out only a year later, and it's got significant improvements. If I'm being honest, but the game's, the first one's still really good. It's just obvious that they improved on it in later versions, which is kind of a testament to the abilities of the developer. But why is the game so good? And does it hold up today? I think that the game still stands up today, although if it were released today, I don't know if it would feel like a AAA title that it was at the time. But it would be close. Sort of a AA.5 might be appropriate. The game's got it where it matters, the gameplay and entertainment value. But it lacks sort of the same posh and polished modern AAA title has, like, Halo Infinite or something like that. Some of that is due to age, though. So I don't know if that can really be accurately counted against the game. Anyway, let's get into the deep end and try to find out what makes this game great. First, the music and feel. The music in this game is the classic John Williams. It's basically unchanged. No issues there. Not much to say in regards to, like, outstandingness, but I will say that the game does a great job making sure the music doesn't really get old, which it's kind of hard for that music to get old anyway, but it does in some of the newer movies. But this game, the first game, loops it pretty well, considering that the original pieces aren't really meant to be played that at all. And also, the Easter egg remix of the theme is amazing. You should listen to this. It is pretty great. Amazing. I could listen to that loop for 5-10 minutes, no problem. In regards to the feel of the game, it does a pretty great job of capturing the Star Wars feeling, but also keeping it relatively LEGO. I do feel that the game is much more LEGO than Star Wars in sort of the general feel, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's LEGO Star Wars, not just Star Wars and LEGO, like some of the more recent LEGO Star Wars content, specifically the holiday special. Star Wars has, such a powerful theme that you only need to make it a little bit Star Wars to make it feel like Star Wars. In contrast, a theme of LEGO is much more general and tends to change a lot based on the context. The resulting combination of a little bit of Star Wars with lots of Legos creates sort of a unique feeling where the LEGO adapts to the Star Wars and creates something, kind of entirely new, but not unfamiliar. The theme and feeling of LEGO Star Wars were created in this game, and it's a really, home run out of the ballpark in terms of creating something new out of old ideas. Next, the big one, gameplay. LEGO Star Wars has some amazingly entertaining gameplay for a variety of reasons. First, the game is not hard to learn. This is purposeful, as the game was meant to be played by a combination of super young children, and they're not necessarily tech-savvy video game playing parents and grandparents. 2005, remember. Second, the gameplay is generally not difficult, and I say generally because there are some specific sections that are somewhat difficult, particularly the vehicle levels that I could never beat as a kid. And the sections with constantly respawning enemies can be difficult, sort of if you're trying to, max out the game, like get into every secret, because the enemies keep coming and you have to keep, stopping what you're doing to beat the enemies. It's kind of annoying. On that note, the game has an interesting mechanic that I would like to comment on. So, because the studs go everywhere whenever you break something, you get more if you're playing A, with someone else, because two people can split up the studs, and B, if your character is faster. Now, normally, this is not really a problem. Most of the characters move at the same speed, with the exception of some characters that suck, like the Gonk Droid, that move slowly. But there is one character that is specifically the fastest in the game. Any guesses on who that is? It's Yoda, who's either literally the fastest, with his little chair that he rides around on, or if you pull his lightsaber out, he jumps around so quickly, it might as well be the fastest, even though he's technically not, he's jumping, not moving, so it's weird. But I digress. In a practical sense, the game manages to perfectly get the gameplay so that anyone can play it, but it's still fun to play, even if you're sort of the best LEGO Star Wars player in the world. The puzzles aren't difficult, but they aren't boring, even if you know what you were doing already, which is, you know, the sign of a great puzzle. In regards to replayability, the game is sort of literally meant to be played 2 or 3 times, as it is impossible to get all the mini-kits and characters on the first run, like if you just play through the game straight. I will say that after the 3rd or 4th time in a row of a single level, it does start to get like super boring since you've spent like 2 hours doing the same stuff. But really, I mean, you can't really ask much more of the gameplay. It doesn't matter what game it is. If you do the exact same thing for 2 hours, you're going to be bored. Even the most interesting gameplay can be boring if you do it enough times. Overall, the original LEGO Star Wars is a great game. If I'm being honest though, you should probably just play the complete saga. The original is great, but the later version is just so clearly improved. It's like almost not even worth your time. Plus, it has the advantages of like actually working on a PC. So I had to spend a good hour or so just trying to make the game run without crashing on my laptop. In contrast, when I put LEGO Star Wars 2 in, which I also own both of them for PC since I was young, it ran right away with no problems. I don't know if that's because I already done a bunch of stuff to fix the first one, or if the second one is just not broken, I guess. Anyway, I give the original LEGO Star Wars 1, a 0.959 out of 1. It's a great game. It's almost a shame that the next games improved on it so much, but I mean, we don't want them to not improve, so, seriously though, the complete saga is, you know, sort of the magnum opus of these games for a good reason. In 3 games, they improved so much, it's just crazy. And the first one's still, like, really good. It's still pretty fun, but the later ones are just, like, clearly better. That it's no contest. So, yeah, I'm trying to get into these reviews again. We'll see how it goes, but, yeah, hopefully should be good as the school semester is wrapping up, but we'll see.